the most subconscious. And because they wanted to use the political method, they threatened civil liberty. It degenerated into chaos. It brought us untold suffering, 14 years civil unrest. That action on the part of our leaders were completely wrong, and after 34 years, at the same capital, to repeat history that will be unkind to us. This is the most undemocratic decision we have ever seen in the history of our country, but I am happy that the Supreme Court beat some senses in their heads and say you should go back, conduct business in the rightful chamber, get the 49, give the individual due process, remove him, and then turn him over for persecution. This is the kind of democracy we want. Fellow Liberians, I sit here at times, I am ashamed of my own country. Travel around the University of Liberia today, and I always say, most of the institutions that we have here, like public institutions, they look completely like a breeding ground for the increment of stupidity. In other countries, you see high school, you see university, technically, stupidity can voluntarily leave you because of the conducive environment. Here, we don't see that. Teachers are not taking pay, the nurses are not taking pay, the AML, they were just complaining recently, they are not taking pay. But these people, we elected them to do our work, to improve the living condition of our people. They go there and try to violate the Constitution. We need to get them to work, even in a professional setting. If you don't go to work 3 days, you'll receive a warning letter. For them, we gave them 2 weeks. Saying they have not gone to work, we will be sending them a warning letter tomorrow. March to the capital is a warning letter. It is not a constitutional violation. I don't think it should be a prayer. I don't think listening to us at this time should question the rationality of Liberians trooping at the capital, demanding a reform of that valley that has not been audited for 30 years. But these are the same people. They will call a minister for hearing and question them what happened to this money when they cannot be questioned. When they were making the laws, they did not say that the first branch of government is above the Constitution. No. You cannot be lawmakers and you become a lawbreaker. Fellow Liberians, let me say this clearly. This march to the capital is not a political party thing. The march to the capital is to protect our Constitution and demand a reform in the governance sector. We want to know what is happening with our money. For some of you who don't know, just in this budget, the lawmakers, the 2 houses, House of Representatives, House of Senate, they appropriated $13.2 million, what they describe as legislative projects. They will be giving, every representative will receive 100,000 United States dollars. They will decide what kind of project will be carried on in their district. A senator will receive $150,000. That means in 6 years, a lawmaker will carry 600,000. Senator will carry 800,000. Regretfully, those projects in Tampa's were never constructed. There are no blueprints. What most of them can do is they will hire a contractor, they strike a deal, they will receive the money from legislation. The projects are never implemented. They share the money. Santa Claus, Mickey Mouse, some of them will keep some of the money. During election, they will drop People from Maserado, like cattle from one district to another. That's why they don't respect us. Because they are not loyal to us. They believe they can get the money. If a lawmaker decides to get beekeeping, maybe 10,000 every month. In 6 years' time, if they get a 300,000, they can truck, spend 100,000 to truck, another 100,000 to truck. On the day of election, they spend the ballot one. You will never defeat them. And it is time, fellow Liberians, I share your pain. When I visit JFK and I see people lying down on the floor, people are crying, there are no beds. It hurts me. It gives me the courage that tomorrow I will be at the Capitol. When I visit Gino Gibson, Tottenham, the MCSS school system, and I see the teachers, volunteer teachers, for 5 months they are not taking pay. The classrooms are dirty and stained. It makes me to there is a need to stand up and march to the Capitol. When I look around, our mothers, our sisters, many of whom want to do business, but the government is not in a position to help them. They are beggars. Begging has increased. We have reduced our dignity to a certain level because we have to survive. It gives me the courage that I have to stand up, rise, and march to the Capitol. When I imagine a lawmaker who never rode a car that worth more than $5,000 is now riding a car that costs $45,000 and they refuse to go to work, it gives me the courage that I have to rise and march to the Capitol. Fellow Liberians, this thing is not about me. And I say this for some of us who are Christians. When Jesus was taken to the cross to be crucified, women and men were crying. Jesus stopped by, he said, women, don't cry for me, cry for yourselves and your children, because he knew where he was going. This is not about me, this is about the future of our generations. Illiteracy rate is increasing. Youth unemployment is high. We want a legislature that is functional, that seeks the indulgence of our people, a legislature that is willing to sit and make laws that benefit our people. This is the kind of Liberia we want, not a Liberia that will bring about segregation, because segregation and discrimination has never helped this country. As I conclude today, I want all of you, this is a national call. We don't want you to be stigmatized. We don't want you to be controlled. Some of you are even receiving instructions. It is sinful and disheartening to see public officials who are supposed to create jobs for you. They call you, issue a statement, call somebody, they give you $100, $25, and at the end of the day, you said that. This is not the kind of Liberia we envision. We want a Liberia that responds to the will of the people, seek our indulgence. And I'd like to say this clearly. Somebody wrote on Facebook that we receive 50,000, 75,000. We heard this before. Campaigners for Change International is a non-profit social rights movement in this country. Since 2004, from Cardinal University, we've been in the business of grooming young leaders. History has recorded us. From zero, we took someone from here, gave them global platform, made them to win the Nobel Prize for children. This is not zero. All across this country, there is no high school here in Maserado. From 2004 up to 2013, in Maserado, that will never touch the lives of the people. Go to Convent, go to B.W. Harris, go to Cathedral, CWA, across scholarships, young people. We help them because a society that is willing to change, that society will have the quality of leaders. The mistake we make in this country, we elect people based on the size of their pockets, not on the size of their vision and the weight of their integrity. This is wrong. Tomorrow's assembly is going to be big and heavy. Don't be afraid. They will tell you, don't go. In fact, tomorrow it will be a day the world will understand that Liberians are upholding their lawmakers accountable to subscribe to the rule of law. We are not asking for anything. Obey the law. This is the same law that brought them to power. And what beats my imagination is the fact that somebody speak up. If it was not because of the Constitution, I am not too sure that they will have become representative today. Tomorrow, the momentum will continue. I know many of you are calling. I may not be able to respond to many of your messages. Please don't hold it against me. My box is still. I may not be able to respond to all the messages. All you can do, this is a revolution of the mind. In a society where people are oblivious of historical antecedent, they will never survive because people will continue to manipulate them. I am standing up not because I want fame. I am standing up not because someone gave me money. I am standing up because I believe that your lives and our safety is no longer guaranteed. Therefore, we have to ask these people who are the protectors of our law to go to work and do the Liberian people work. Again, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's always good to be here. I return. I saw on my Facebook page this morning, Fandela Patrick will leave you. He will run away to America. He been in America. Yes, I was in America, but I was there for two reasons. I was there to work. I was there to build myself educationally. And thank God to the Americans who have empowered me with that mental equipment to be a voice. I had the opportunity to go to the John F. Kennedy School of Government, Howard University, graduated, came back to this country. So look at me. How dare that I will be to incite violence in the minds of victims of violence. I am not stupid enough. I know what is right. I could choose not to come here. But I am saying to you, it is time we demand accountability. With accountability, many of you will be more than me. You will have an opportunity to have international scholarships to build yourself. The more we sit here, they will use us as instrument of stupidity and they will direct our actions against our will. On this note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, I want to stop, maybe to entertain some of your questions. A green march to the capital remains in force. Tomorrow, people will be trooping at the Capitol building beginning as early as possible, 8 o'clock. Those from Kingsville, we will start at our LJ. Make no mistake, that is where they are. We will be there, troop there tomorrow. We will come with them at the Capitol. We will ride with them. These are our lawmakers. They don't have to be afraid of us. During the campaign, they were all in the communities. How come they are going to our LG? We will meet them there tomorrow with our bare hands, asking them, let's go to work. We will bring them to the capital. We'll come in the same convoy as well. God bless you, and I will entertain some of your questions.
So there's just a brief
So that's the voice of Vanilla Patrick,
So we start with the media.
of the Campaign for Change protest.
Yeah.
Patrick, thank you for the statement. My name is Chito Nakari and I report for Parliament. My question, how prepared are you for the march on tomorrow? Or is this another mass statement where tomorrow we will not see other individual in the numbers? How prepared is the march to the capital?
OKFM. My name is Fasu Dozo, report for OKFM. Mr. Patrick, I want to know if you have reaching out to Bishop Justin for permit for a march tomorrow. If yes, when did you obtain that permit from Ministry of Justice?
So, with respect to the first question, we are very prepared. The voice of the people is the voice of God. We are asking all Liberians. This question is not even addressed to me, but I'm just happy that as a champion of this march to the capital, I'll respond. Liberians, you are being asked, how prepared are you to ask your lawmaker to go to work, to make them uphold the rule of law? How prepared are you? We are very prepared mentally and physically. We will defeat the forces of evil, those who are bent on depleting state governors, now working in our interests, and we'll make sure tomorrow the world will get to know whether Liberians believe in the rule of law or not. If you say who, there will come a time. Somebody will say, when Fendela was asking you to go to the capital and demand accountability, you refused. Now is the time to make that case, so history can recover you. With respect to your question of getting a permit, we have notified, we did not request. There is no way we will request the Minister of Justice or the Liberian National Police. That law came into existence during the PRG regime of Samuel Kayado. They issued a degree called Degree 88A. Before you protest, you must seek a permit, and they can decide whether they give you a permit or not. The Constitution cannot prohibit you from exercising your right. What we did was to notify them since 5 days ago. Whether they give that letter to the minister, that their business. But we are telling you, Mr. Minister, we notify your office. We did not request a permit. We notify your office that we will be gathering at the capital. We also notify the Liberian National Police. In fact, we made a request, and I'm sure but now the police director should be replying to us. We ask them that you should also provide water, because you are on record for giving protesters water. So in as much we are notifying you, we also need some water. And I'm sure Gregory Pomo is a good man. He will bring more water for those that will be at the Capitol building tomorrow. So yes, we have notified them.
One more concern for the media. Yeah.
Good afternoon, Mr. Fadel Patrick. Well, my name is Christopher Bestman, and I report for Voice of Liberia. Mr. Patrick, from the beginning of the entire whole saga, you have been very robust on the majority bloc or the anti-Kofa bloc as one who cut it. Knowing that you are a political activist or a political advocate as you claimed, I have been opportune to follow many of your talk shows on major public platforms. And all of your presentation has just been one-sided, talking about the Constitution, forgetting that the majority bloc or anti-Kofa bloc within their resolution, they mention Article 49 and Rule 9.1 of the House's Rule and Procedure. As a political activist or advocate, why are you not emphasizing on these rules of law to our people, and you are now coming up with your protest against the majority bloc? Why are you not interpreting these laws?
Last question there. Yeah, that's a view. Taking three from the order, yeah? Please.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm just wondering, Senior Brother Patrick, we can reform 2006 on Tottenham campus. You come for a protest. One of those behind you, and raise the front will interview you. And I'm here today, hearing say you're calling for another march to the Capitol building. My analysis is rhetorical. One now, What are we marching to the capital building for? To protect the democracy or to address the issue of economic issues?
Please get the female seat.
You said people are in very high school, university, and are taking pay. You didn't measure of going because salary be a bigger as compared to American citizens. Why now we are not going to the capital building to tell the lawmakers, send their beginning budget to you, let us alarm and re-alarm your salary. Let us alarm and re-alarm goods and services. But why now we go to the capital building because the majority black and the majority black are over here? Fellow Liberians, so many of our people that have come here. I think we should go to the street, we should go to the capital building. The issue here is not about democracy. It should be about economic value. Marching to the capital building tomorrow, what's the economic value retain? After the majority black has sustained, or the minority black has sustained, what's going on us? It's better to rethink and recalibrate. Thank you very much.
On the back, please.
I welcome and recognize Sister Nora, Chairperson on Ways and Means, Sierra.
Let me add my voice to the chairperson Ways and Means. You are recognized. Fellow Liberians, it is important that I emphasize the last time we came here, we based our argument on constitutional principles and provisions. I was clear. The actions of the so-called majority bloc, it was an act of constitutional brutality and coup d'etat. Article 49 stated clearly, the House of Representatives shall elect once every 6 years a speaker who shall be a presiding officer. And also went on to say, just in case you want to remove the speaker or the deputy speaker or other officers, to the majority of that house can sign a resolution to say, okay, go. Today, in this case, 49. The Constitution was telling you, before you can even wake up from your sleep and you say, Speaker, go, you must have 49. Without 49, you should sit down. The law making us is a place of numbers and lobbying. I had a time as a congressional fellow in Washington, D.C., with the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation. They don't do these kinds of things. They lobby. If you don't have the number, you sit down. Our argument was, you people are wrong. The Constitution says, remove. It does not go to interpret, to tell you 2 days. Go ahead and remove. To even hear them saying, we declare vote of no confidence. We want you to resign. Resignation is a personal decision. And the speaker said he will not resign. Therefore, they are now under obligation to increase the signatures, and I said that the day the 49 members sign the resolution to say Kofa should go, I will carry a truck at the Capitol clearly to help him carry some of the things. The second question has to do with my dear brother from Cottington. I am very happy to see a Cottingtonian, but you did not tell the people that you benefited from the advocacy. They improved the cafeteria, the services, they put AC there, the mosquitoes and the roaches that used to romance the students and make them sick, it was a problem. So at the end of the day, things were okay. So you should be the one to testify that this advocacy is started since 2006 and that we are on record for bringing reform and change. So this march to the Capitol is not about just go to work. When they go to work, things will be economic. The budget, they will have to look at it. Right now, the president cannot submit the budget because they are in this array. So again, my dear brother, you know it's good sometimes to speak the truth. I would have expected that Mandela is on record. I think it's a promotion. Again, talking about it will come. The increment in salary of our people, it will be there. The medical institution right now, no MRI and CT scan in the whole country. When they go to work, this could be a better opportunity to increase the budget of JFK that is now considered just for killing. Thank you.
I'll take one from the middle there. See umbrella in the back there.
Thank you very much.
Let me on the back there, please. Can be talking. Just be talking, bring it on the back. Present.
Thank you very much for recognizing me. I want to know, is it Mr. Vandala Patrick that protested in district in my Gibi County? If yes, this is my parable to you. An elder can never stay in a town for a one-tapping life to lost. You are Clarence God for your county. It's also part of the majority bloc.
Testimony.
But you are so anxious to mention,
Review your parable to serve the purpose.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vandala Patrick. My concern is whether you are the one or were the one that participated in this election in Gibi County. And my parable is this: an elder can never stay in a town for a tapping knife to loss. You are so quick to emphasize on District Number 5 Neighbor County Representative Samuel Gombe Kuruga. But you have your representative too, Karen God. You did not say anything about him for the majority bloc. You also emphasize so much on auditing issues. But on the spoon show that you Vandala Patrick, can sit on. You were there when the current speaker told the Liberian people that even the national budget can be executed in any of the hotel rooms. That which he called. Today, the Supreme Court has come in that the lawmakers should go to session tomorrow. Now you are calling for a protest tomorrow. My warning to you and my advice and concern is the Supreme Court is the Supreme Court of the land. They have already come in, and therefore all other advocacy, whether protest or what, should slow down while Supreme Court, while those guys get to the Supreme Court.
Say the Supreme Court ruling. So everything should pass. Because the Supreme Court has spoken.
My idea, my thinking in the parable that the Supreme Court has mandated the majority bloc to go in session tomorrow. So why you, the citizen, you could have done this last week. So doing it tomorrow, nobody should go there. Let's give them that time, and let's get the Supreme Court time. That's my warning and my advice.
Thank you. Yeah. Take one more from down. The back
Thank you so much, Honorable Patrick. By the way of introduction, I'm Amara M. Donzo, Chairman of the Coalition of Soup at High School. My concern is, I just want to ask two questions to Honorable Patrick. Honorable Patrick, you are here telling the Liberian people that tomorrow we should rise up and go and protest for our constitutional right. If anything happens to anybody, will you be responsible? One. And secondly, we noticed a saga to the real regime where the cabinet channel was impeached when it was. Why did you not rise up fellow Liberians to go and protest or tell the people that cabinet channel should be reseated into office? Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I'm Sylvester Chopin, work for the Spoon Network. I'm concerned about your past impact or achievement being a human rights activist. What has been your achievement in making sure that citizens, especially from the rural area, know about civic education? Knowing you fully well that you don't have to wait for a critical issue to arrive before taking decision. You could start a civic education, tell citizens
how they could recall their lawmakers when the lawmakers are not working in their interest. So for the past years, could you tell Liberians here how have been your impact in terms of civic education? So those people in the rural area, in the villages can understand what you are doing. Thank you.
So let me start with a young comrade from Seoul. It is good to research sometimes when you are engaged in some intellectual battle. Young comrade, history has recorded me that when the case of Cabinet Janet was brought up about his impeachment, at that time I was in school in the US. It was, for some people, they will give excuse. I mobilized almost 70% to fly to Washington, D.C. from Massachusetts to formally complain the WIA regime that the removal of Cabinet Janet is illegal. We wrote articles. We petitioned the United States Congress to be aware about the issue of illegality that is taking place in this country. Yes, we protested, and that's why we are saying you made a mistake before. Don't make this mistake again. And probably maybe a special communities for being here. If I was here to see me at the Capitol, I never run away from the battle of our day. That's one. My dear brother, with respect to civic education, we told you campaigners for change were established since 2006. My dear brother alluded to that. There's no high school in this country that we have never visited or touched. I believe, and I still believe, and this is the reason why most of you, when we debate, we do not know our constitution. It's almost like an imam or a pastor preaching. They cannot quote any verse in the Quran or the Bible. That's how some of us argue. Article 10 of our constitution is in violation. I have emphasized that Article 10 of the Liberian Constitution states clearly the Constitution and its provisions shall be taught in all institutions of learning in the Republic of Liberia. What we have done is to ensure that young people who do not subscribe to the rule of law, we make sure they get them the opportunity to know their rights. How do we go about doing that? During student elections, we provide mentorship. How to elect and what to look in a leader. Just 2 weeks ago, I was in Bon County and I was in Grand Bassa. Next week, I will be in. We don't know have been promoting the idea of civic education. And we have done that since 2004. In fact, it was through our civic education we identified one of the brilliant minds from this intellectual last year, giving a global platform, travel abroad, won Nobel Prize, went to Yale University, graduated, he's back. In fact, we are about to do more. My dear brother, I was not personal about Nima. I was personal because Koga is the spokesperson, is the majority bloc leader. Therefore, when you are a leader, they will address you in your leadership capacity. So that was the only reason I mentioned him. I did not attack him. There are two blocks. He controls the other one, and he's the leader. Therefore, I have to speak. They asked him at the Supreme Court today, you have a comment to make? He said no. So for me, I felt he needed to speak to the nations. He has been saying they were in the right. When the Supreme Court said, leave where you are, go to the meat chamber, a national patriot, a lawmaker that believed in the people, he needed to speak, but he did not speak. Clarence Gar, hey my brother, they don't talk to me again. I believe that he, as chairperson of public accounts, the speaker told us that the man received 700,000 in his own budget. We deserve to know how that money was used. The reason we say they should give the speaker due process They gave insect count. If you put the speaker on trial, hairs will roll. You gave a parable that you can the error can be in the town and the net loss. Let me also give you my own parable. You can't be running and be scratching your butt at the same time, you will fall down. And then the reason why we were telling them they were running and scratching their butt. You see what happened today from the Supreme Court? Supreme Court said you have to go back. So my brother, I like you and I believe in your energy. Sometimes when we mention leaders, it doesn't mean we hate them. Last night you were on school and I was just laughing. I think that Papa is also based. He knows how to engage. I like him. And deep down in the heart, when they settle their dispute, if you see them joking, you'll be thinking, you say, but why these people were engaged in this kind of thing? Let us not take it very personal. And I always say this to all of us as I conclude, that Liberia will only develop if the citizens start to hold their leaders accountable and they realize that we, the citizens, we are watching them, we know them, and if they make mistakes, we can checkmate them. That way, they will be afraid to do what is right. I mean, what is wrong. Again, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to say to all of you, tomorrow, it is not about me. You can choose. And the last question you say, yes, I contested in Maigri for the Senate of Maigri. I lost. I lost because the people say they're not talking we're here for. That thing, we're not here for that. And I was telling them, election, it is not so much about money. They will buy your vote, they will drug people after election, you may not see them. Today, they are seeing the consequences of their actions. This is what I used to do. Imagine, Fandela Patrick is in the Senate. It will not just be a prayer and dignity for a new breed of generational leaders, but it will add value to the national legislature because you take certain values to a place of work to reform. I am a reformer. But the problem I say Africans are not moved by ideas. They are moved by what I describe as storming infrastructure. Unfortunately, I am now an engineer of storming infrastructure. But I'm hoping in the years to come, our people will learn and they realize their mistakes. 2017, Joseph Baker lost. The Kimberley elected him. I went back today and said, my people, you thank you. So I'm very proud that as a Magidian I can stand up. But look, the defeat is not a reflection of my intent. Their decision is a reflection of how they think to go to the pool among all the candidates, willfully and intentionally decide to elect an individual known to have depleted state cover, sanctions. You say you want that person over me. We respected the views of the people. We respected the Constitution. We say, my people, thank you. Tomorrow, let's show up. Everything that happened during the election is over. Some of you who talking about JAB, no. If you know, let me say this. If you don't know, these people want this moment to fail. If they don't go to work, the bill will not be passed. The budget will not be submitted. The owner had to delay his budget submission because they are not working. We are hoping they will go to work because the president said on the 8th of November he will submit the budget. That is this coming Thursday. Let's talk to them. We want our power to go and submit the budget. Again, God bless you. Show up to the capital, march to the capital. It's in the best interest of our people. And I'll see you there tomorrow. Thank you.